Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Aiden and I have been a little quiet for the last 2 months. We took a trip down to Chile to visit my friends and family, but we are now back in town, so we are super ready to continue our build.
And we wanted to share this video with you to share some thoughts on our van build thus far, and 4 things that if we could go back in time, maybe we would do a little better or reorganize, so that when you go to build your van, you're a little bit more ready and maybe you're thinking a little bit more ahead from the perspective that we've learned so far. So sit tight. Please, if you have any questions or comments or just some positive feedback, we would love to hear that. And as always, please like and subscribe if you like the video. It really helps us out. And yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so if I could go back and change anything about our van build, one of the first things I would do would be to change the layout of our fans and potentially our solar panels. Now, we're lucky in that we did a power audit and all the wattage that we need according to what we input as our daily usage of power we have up on the roof, but we realized that living off-grid, maybe you want more just to be safe and to create more power faster and harvest energy from the sun. It's really cool that you could just be sitting there and gaining power. We have 400 watts of solar, which according to our audit is going to work really well for us. But I think to have that peace of mind, I would go back and try to map out where our fans were to maximize the space that we had for our solar panels. And as you can see, our solar panels are perfectly aligned, they're in great position, but I think maybe to think more about the dimensions of the panels before you go to lay out where your fans are, which is like the first step of the van, is really important so that if you want to add more solar power, you can.
So another thing I would like to go back in time and try to do differently is to buy our Happijac Bedlift system earlier. I wish we bought it by the time we were framing our van. I feel like it would be a much easier process to install this bed lift without any of this. I feel like it's gonna be a little hard to do maybe right now. We have our system, we have our Happijac, so hopefully we'll start installing it very soon. Also, I wish there was more information about the whole installation process. We haven't really found a lot coming from like the Happijac website itself. Luckily, we found a couple of good videos that have been recently posted in YouTube, so I feel like more people is kind of like starting to share their process with the bed lift now. So with that being said, we're also gonna do a video with our experience installing the Happijac. So if you have any questions, just feel free to ask, because we had to go to Instagram and try to figure out who had a Happijac so we could ask certain questions. When we were framing our van, we were trying to leave everything ready for when we had the Happijac. We unfortunately did made a couple mistakes doing that, so like I said, I wish we could have bought the Happijac earlier so we, you know, avoid mistakes.
Alright, so another thing that I would change at the beginning of the van build is maybe going more to Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, secondhand stores, and looking a little bit more in depth into places that I can find tools for cheaper. Now, we've had a lot of luck with family and friends lending us tools, and it's been a great help, and we've been able to make do with what we have. But I do feel like having the right tool for the job a lot of times builds a lot of confidence, even though you can get it done with something else and kind of make something that's shoddy work out in the end. It's better to maybe spend those extra couple dollars or less from something that's a used source, because at the end of the day, it's going to save you a lot of headache and a lot of time. Another thing that we've learned throughout that time is that you want a tool belt or some kind of tool kit to carry around, because I don't know how many hours we wasted, but we wasted a lot of time just looking for the tools that we put down, and I think that's a common problem with people that do any kind of project. So having your stuff organized and right there and knowing where it is all the time is really important, as well as just researching fully all the little details about your project so that when you get to a step, you've already known how to solve it and you don't have to order another tool or go find it and spend the rest of that day looking for that, and then by that time you're over it. So I feel like researching it fully, it goes without saying, it's kind of obvious, but it's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of headache, and if you do the work up front to know every part of the project, you're going to feel a little bit better about doing it, just feeling confident. With that being said, we want to give a shout out to all of our family and friends that have helped us so far. Janie and Alex, you guys lent us the jigsaw. Elliot, Dominic, Uncle Clyde, Pear, Graydon. If I'm forgetting you in the list, thank you so much for your help. I feel like relying on family and friends and just showing them their project is very important, and we really do appreciate all the help that everybody's lent us along the way.
Alright, another thing I would definitely change about my process with the van build is trying to rush the process, try to just make it hard on myself. In the beginning, I wanted to get this build done in 6 months. And then I wanted to try to get this van done in 6 months. Why? I don't know. And then I wanted to try to get it done in 8 months and, you know, continue to that. But honestly, I was just doing it so hard on myself and just putting a lot of pressure in Aiden, trying to rush the process, and honestly, don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm always saying like, okay, hopefully we'll get this done in a certain amount of time. I don't want to take forever. I'm ready to get in this van and live here. Okay.
May I interject for a second? The reason that we're so far in our van progress is because Connie is that way, and it's a good thing. Otherwise, I don't know how long this van project would take, but I'm a lot lazier, and I'm grateful that you're very punctual.
That I'm very ambitious.
Very ambitious, but that's why I love her.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Just as an advice to you, don't be so hard on yourself and just do this right. Don't be like me and that I'm just rushing, because you know, you can avoid a lot of mistakes and just have more fun during the process. That's my... That's it.